The Art of Listening podcast. By definition, trauma is a psychological and emotional response to a disturbing event that exceeds our ability to cope. It can result from a wide range of experiences, such as physical or sexual abuse, abandonment, natural disasters, accidents and injuries, war or combat exposure, the sudden loss or death of a loved one, but also emotional and verbal abuse, chronic illnesses, or medical procedures. In today's world, the repetitive and constant exposure we have to stress in our daily lives can lead us to present similar symptoms as the ones presented by patients diagnosed with trauma. Some of the practices available and having the potential to help us improve and even heal from traumatic experiences are cognitive behavioral therapy, which addresses the negative thought patterns and behaviors associated with trauma, but also the eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, which involves guide eye movements to help process traumatic memories. Practices such as mindfulness meditation can help individuals ground themselves in the present moment, reducing the impact of intrusive thoughts and promoting relaxation. Yoga and other body based therapies like Tai Chi and Qigong integrate movement, breath, and mindfulness to promote relaxation and balance. Let's talk about some of the various ways to understand trauma, their causes, relationship to the body and mind, and their approach to heal it. Let's start with the five element theory, also known as the five phases of Wu Jing. It's a fundamental concept in traditional Chinese medicine and philosophy. This theory gives us a framework for understanding the relationship and interactions between various elements, organs, and emotions, but also colors, seasons of the year, and more. The five elements are wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, and they are believed to represent the dynamic processes and interrelationships in nature and the human body. Here's an overview of each element. Wood. Associated organ is the liver and the gallbladder. It relates to the spring season, and it is attributed to growth, expansion, and flexibility. And their emotions are anger, frustration, and the color is the color green. Fire, associated with the heart and the small intestines, the pericardium, and the triple burner. The seasons of the year are summer, and it's attributed to heat, transformation, and circulation. The emotions linked to it are joy and excitement, while the color is red. The earth is associated with the spleen and the stomach. The season of the year is the late or second part of the summer. It attributes stability, nurturing, grounding, and the emotions are worry and overthinking, while the color is the yellow. Metal is associated with the lungs and the large intestine. The season is autumn, and the attributes are contraction, clarity, precision. The emotions are grief and sadness. The color is white. The water is associated with the kidney and bladder. The season is the winter. The attributes are flow, depth, storage. The emotions are fear and reflection, while the color can be either black or blue. Practitioners of traditional Chinese medicine use the five element theory to analyze and understand patterns or disharmony in the body, diagnose illnesses, and develop treatment strategies. The theory is found in acupuncture, herbal medicine, dietetics, and other aspects of Chinese medicine. It provides a holistic approach to heal and emphasize the balance and the harmony of the body's energies or synergies. Let's talk about the somatic experiencing theory, which was developed in the 1970s by Dr. Peter Levine. The primary goal is to help individuals release and resolve the physical and emotional stress associated with traumatic experiences. The key principles of somatic experience include recognize trauma as a psychological response that can become stuck in the body. When an individual experiences a traumatic event, the body's natural flight, fight, or freeze response may become activated. If these responses are not fully discharged, the energy associated with the trauma can remain trapped in the nervous system. It emphasizes the importance of titration, which involves working with small yet manageable elements of the traumatic experience rather than overwhelming the individual by addressing the entire trauma at once. This gradual approach allows the nervous system to process and integrate the experience without re traumatizing the person. The therapist helps the individual become more aware of bodily sensations by paying attention to physical sensations and the level of arousal in the body. A sense of safety is essential, and it may involve focusing on positive or neutral experiences to counterbalance the overwhelming impact of the trauma. Pendulation is a somatic experience concept that is seeking for harmonious rhythm between activation and deactivation in the nervous system. It also aims to support the completion of the biological response to threat, allowing the body to discharge excess energy associated with trauma. This process helps prevent the chronic activation of the sympathetic nervous system, which is common in trauma survivors. Now let's move a little bit forward to the 1990s, and let's talk about the polyvagal theory, which is a concept developed by Dr. Stephen Porges. This theory provides insights into the autonomic nervous system and its role in regulating emotional states, social behavior, and psychological processes. The autonomic nervous system is responsible for involuntary bodily functions, and it consists on two main branches, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The polyvagal theory introduces a third aspect, the ventral vagal complex, which is considered to be a newer evolutionary development in the autonomic nervous system. The three components of the polyvagal theory are as follows. The ventral vagal complex, which is associated with feelings of safety and social engagement. When this complex is active, the body is in a state of calm, and the individuals are better able to connect with others and engage in social activities. The sympathetic nervous system, this is the fight or flight. This is a branch of the autonomic nervous system, and it becomes active in response to perceived threats, preparing the body for taking action by increasing the heart rate, dilating pupils, and redirecting blood flow to the muscles. The dorsal vagal complex, it's associated with the freeze or shutdown response. When the dorsal vagal complex is activated, the body may enter a state of immobilization, which can be a protective response in situations where fighting or fleeing is not possible. Polyvagal theory emphasizes the importance of understanding how these different aspects of the autonomic nervous systems interact in response to the environmental stimulus and social situations. It has implications for various fields, including psychology, trauma therapy, and understanding stress response. During my latest research about healing trauma, I came across a great book from Alaine Duncan, an acupuncture practitioner that incorporates all the ancient knowledge of traditional Chinese medicine in conjunction with the Western and new theories about healing trauma. In the theories that we discussed today, all of them talk about how trauma may be created by an interruption or open cycle in the natural healing process that our bodies go through when we are involved in a stressful or traumatic experience, and how not closing or completing these cycles may create an imbalance in the body and mind or nervous system, leading to multiple emotional, psychological, and even physical illnesses. In today's world, acupuncture is used to treat numerous disorders. For example, osteoarthritis, migraines, and lower back pain. It's also used to alleviate nausea and vomiting associated with chemotherapy in cancer patients. It has also demonstrated benefits of various musculoskeletal disorders, and it may help improve fertility and regulate menstrual cycles. Acupuncture is often used as a complementary therapy for stress reduction and anxiety, and research indicates that it may influence the body's stress response and promote relaxation. The Tao of Trauma, it's a book that goes deeper into all what we discussed today, and it even brings hope to the survivors of trauma by proposing this healing technique that incorporates instead of separate different approaches that helps us improve our lives. Thank you so much for being here. Let us know if you have any experience with acupuncture or any other practice that has helped you find peace and balance to overcome a difficult experience. See you next time. The Art of Listening Podcast.